All right, let's just dive right in. If you're a product manager, you're hearing all this buzz about AI agents, but it all seems so abstract, right? How do you actually build one? Well, that's exactly what this is. We're going to walk through a really practical PM to PM playbook for turning a simple idea into your very first working AI agent.
Does that sound familiar? Yeah, the whole thing can feel like it's reserved for some massive engineering team, 6 months down the road. It feels confusing and totally out of reach unless you're a staff engineer.
But what if I told you the code isn't even the hard part? What if it's really just about having a clear product vision? This is the story of a product manager, probably a lot like you, who partnered up with an LLM to turn a simple frustration into a fully functional AI assistant. And they did it fast. So let's start with the end result, with the finished product. This whole project started with a really simple human problem, just wanting a digital bike friend to help plan spontaneous rides around Paris. Think of an expert who knows all the best routes, checks the weather for you, and even gives you that little nudge to get off the couch. Let's see what this digital friend can actually do.
Okay, first up, let's look at its core knowledge. When you ask for a scenic route, it doesn't just spit out some generic Google search. No, it's using this incredible tool called RAG to tap into its own private library, a hand-picked set of expert guides that the PM gave it. And the key here, really, is curation. The answer is high quality because the data is high quality.
Now, this is where it gets really, really smart. Just look at how it handles natural language. The user asks, how far can I go in 90 minutes? The agent's LLM brain is sharp enough to just pull out 90 minutes, and then it feeds that into a custom calculator tool as a perfect structured command. It's basically translating our casual, human way of talking into a precise API call.
And hey, what good is a bike plan without a weather check, right? This is where we give the agent its own little window to the real world. By plugging into an external weather API, it can pull live, up-to-the-minute data. So it's not working with old information. It knows what's happening right now.
But what about things its private library can't know? Like, are there any cool cycling events this weekend? Well, for that, it has a safety net. You can almost hear its logic, right? Step 1, check my expert guides. No luck. Step 2, this sounds like a current event, so I'll switch to my web search tool. This little fallback plan isn't hard-coded. It's a piece of reasoning the PM actually designed.
And finally, this is what closing the loop looks like for a product manager. The agent doesn't just describe a great route, it delivers it. It generates an actionable Google Maps link, taking you from question to action in a single step. You can literally click it and start your ride.
Okay, so we've seen the individual tools in its tool belt. But here's the magic moment. The real power of an agent isn't just having tools, it's knowing how to combine them. And that, right there, is the single biggest difference between a true agent and just a simple chatbot.
I mean, just look at the difference here. On the left, a basic chatbot gives you a simple, one-shot answer. But on the right, ask a truly complex question like, is it a good idea to bike to Versailles tomorrow? And just watch what the agent does. It performs a multi-step analysis. It doesn't just find the route, it also checks the forecast for tomorrow. And then it synthesizes both of those pieces of information into one cohesive recommendation. That is an agent in action.
All right, so that's the what. You've seen what this thing can do. Now for the how. Let's pull back the curtain a bit and demystify the core concepts behind all this, using some simple but really powerful analogies that I think every PM is going to appreciate.
So at its core, what is an AI agent? Honestly, the best way to think about it is an assistant with a tool belt. Instead of a rigid step-by-step workflow, you, the PM, just give it a set of capabilities. Those are the tools. The agent's LLM brain then reasons on its own, figuring out which tool to use and in what order to solve the user's problem. It's totally dynamic.
Next up is RAG. And, this might be the most important concept for building AI products that are actually valuable. Just think of it as the agent's private expert library. This is how you give your agent proprietary knowledge from your documents. It solves that classic LLM problem where it doesn't know about your company's private data or what happened last week. With RAG, it does.
And how does this RAG thing work? Well, it's a pretty simple two-step dance. First is ingestion. That's when the agent reads your documents and builds its knowledge base. Think of it like studying for a test. Second is retrieval. When a user asks a question, it instantly searches that library to find the most relevant tidbits to form its answer. That's really it.
So, the huge question is, how do you, the PM, control all this complex behavior? The answer is the system prompt. And this is your new superpower. Think of it like the ultimate product spec. It's a job description you write in plain English that tells the agent its personality, its rules, and exactly how it should think about using all its tools.
Now that we know the key components, let's look at how you actually build this thing. And let me be really clear, this is not about turning you into a coder overnight. It's about a completely new, high-leverage workflow where the products manager is the director of the show.
Here's the big secret, the new paradigm. You don't write all that boilerplate code from scratch. Instead, you partner with an LLM, like a Gemini or a Claude, which acts like your tireless junior developer. Your job isn't to write every single line of code. Your job is to provide a crystal clear plan and direct the work.
And this partnership creates this incredibly fast iterative loop. Step 1, you write the plan in a master prompt. 2, your AI partner generates the code. 3, you test the output. And 4, this is the most important part, you refine the agent's logic and behavior not by diving into complex code, but by tweaking that plain English system prompt we just talked about.
And that's where your role as a PM fundamentally shifts. Your job isn't to be the engineer, it's to be the taster. You are the ultimate judge of the output. You're the curator of the high-quality data that makes the agent smart. And you're the one iterating on its personality and logic until it perfectly matches your product vision.
So what does this all mean? This new approach isn't just a new tool. It fundamentally changes the job of a product manager. It pretty much hands you a superpower to build and shape intelligent products faster and more intuitively than ever before.
Just think about the shift for a second. The old way? Writing incredibly detailed, rigid engineering tickets and then waiting. The new way? You focus on two things: curating the high-quality data that makes your agent an expert and defining its logic in plain English. You're no longer just speccing out the body. You are directly shaping the brain.
So let's boil this all down to the key takeaways. Number 1, your first agent is literally one great master prompt away from being real. 2, the system prompt is your new, most powerful product spec. 3, curated data is your moat. It's your biggest competitive advantage. And 4, start thinking about building a tool belt of capabilities, not just another simple chatbot.
Now, if you're feeling inspired and you want to actually build this, you can. We're not just showing you the what, we're giving you the how. The complete code, all the data files, and the exact step-by-step prompts used for this Paris by Bike agent are all available in the full article.
Which brings us to the final and most important question. We've shown you what's possible. We've given you the playbook. The only question left is, what user problem are you going to solve with your first AI agent?